I haven't seen you guys in a while. I have some little um, things that I got from TV, and they were from that show, The Kitchen. I love that show. It's great. They have the best tips ever. Really, really good tips. Um, I'm not even finished with this house yet. We haven't begun to unpack a lot of boxes. Like I can't find my selfie stick. So that's not done. Um, we have we can't even put our sofa. Look, we can't push it back because there's still boxes there by the back door, and I can't move my china closet. I can't move my entertainment center. Very, very heavy stuff. My bed is still not put up. I need my son, hint, hint, to come and do it. I know if I called my nephews, they'd come and do it, but they did enough for me, and so well, Sean did too. Anyhow, I wanted to give you a few recipes or little hints, not hints, but helpful things for you that I think you would really like. First of all, I'm going to tell you, I've been using, it's an old-timey thing, vinegar and water. Great. It's really, really good. Wash your windows with it. It takes off stains, um, like on countertops. That with ammonia, even better, to clean with. Okay, now, I saw this recipe for jerk chicken. That jerky chicken. Um, come on, man. You have to join along. Anyway, this calls for a bunch of scallions, or, well, we call them scallions up in New York, but um, down here they're green onions. They're really good. Just a whole bunch of them. He didn't say how many. He just took a whole bunch, a handful of them, chopped them up really good, put them in a blender. Then he threw in 2 garlic cloves or 3 big ones. About a tablespoon of each allspice, thyme, nutmeg, cinnamon, brown sugar, about a quarter of a cup. I wouldn't go much more than that. He didn't say how much, but yeah, I wouldn't go more than a quarter of a cup because that might be too much. Okay, and then he put in, and here's the thing, he put in scotch bonnets, peppers, or ghost peppers you could use also, but he took out the ribs and he took out the seeds. That's what gives you really, really most of the heat in those peppers. But either way, I'm not putting them in my jerk chicken, because I'd be a jerk to put it in there. I wouldn't be able to live with them. My stomach would be tore up. So I would substitute that for me, not anybody else, with chili powder or Texas Pete or chalupa sauce. Um, my husband likes sriracha sauce. You can use that. I wouldn't use sriracha sauce. Not if I'm going to eat it. I mean, I could make a separate batch, but why bother? I'll just put Texas Pete or chalupa. Anyway, um, and the guy said, leave the skin on. Do not take the skin off, which to Sean, he would have a cow, because with all this Warrior Dash things that he's doing and running and stuff and his health, he, we eat everything without the skin on it. Anyway, leave the skin on, and then you put in 3 teaspoons, or tablespoons rather, of soy sauce. I always go a little bit more. Don't use Kikkoman brand. Use La Choy, because if you use the Kikkoman brand, it has more of a teriyaki flavor than the rest of the brands. Okay, so you put all of that into a blender, blend it up so it's really blended good. Then you put your band. Here we go. It's late, and I have to be up really early so we can go to that Warrior race tomorrow. Oh, lordy, 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 lordy. I can't see, I can just see it. He's got to go through a tube of barbed wire, and I mean, he can make it through because he's lost so much weight. Him and his friend Richard are going to do this, and then they got to go through mud puddles. Like, they're not puddles, they are huge dips in the ground, and he's got to climb out of them. They've got to climb over rope walls, wooden walls, you name it, they've got it. Look it up on YouTube. It's a rigorous course, and they've got to run. Anyway, back to this. Put all your stuff in the blender, blend it up. Then you take your chicken, put it in a pan, and you don't need to put butter in it or anything like that. But you take all that sauce that you put in the blender, put it on your chicken, and then like really, don't just massage it, just like squeeze the chicken, squeeze it to death, like you're really PO'd at somebody. It's a great way to get rid of some aggression. Get it underneath the skin and on top of the skin. Poke it, poke it, poke it. Get that, just bathe that baby up. It's really good on like the chicken breasts and thighs. And of course the thighs will cook faster or longer than the white meat, so you'll leave it in a little bit longer. Stick it in the oven, but first you, let's see. Oh, you want to put it for 3 hours in the refrigerator, at least, or you can leave it overnight. And then you just put it on the grill. And then once you see it, you'll see once it has like really nice grill marks on it, just keep turning it and turning it, and oh my God, you'll smell it. You'll smell all the spices and everything coming together, and oh God, you really feel like you're in Jamaica, man. You're gonna have a coconut drink with it and everything, and the monkeys will come around and they want to steal your chicken. But you don't do that. No, no, no. You eat it yourself. And then you make a mango sauce to go with it. It's like a mango chutney. It's a dipping sauce, really. But you put mango, white raisins, onion, and garlic. Again, fresh. Chop up, I would use a half an onion. And I would say maybe 1 to 2 small garlic cloves. You don't want to overdo it. If you overdo it with things like that, then it takes away from the taste. And you just like mix it all together. And the juice from the mango in itself is out of this world. You dip your chicken in, you dip your chicken in the mango sauce. So it's a really, really good recipe. Okay, here's another thing. They were making lobster. Just throw it in the pot. The fellow, Jeff Zakarian, he said he's a top chef. He said everybody thinks you have to put bay seasoning and all these, spices in when you're doing lobster. He said, nope, it just takes away from the taste of the lobster. Because lobster has a delicious sweet taste to it. So just put it in the water, let it boil, and don't overboil it. Just like 5 to 10 minutes. When it's red, take it out. The key to get all the meat out is the little pieces that on like the arms, they look like little fingers or whatever, that are sticking out like that. Take a rolling pin, roll it out like that, and the meat comes right out. You'll save every little piece of meat on that lobster. Break every little piece off. The only part that you won't get the lobster meat out of, is I'm trying to think. Well, the eyeballs. I wouldn't eat the eyeballs. Some people might. But there's like the claws and everything. Use a spoon, the back of a spoon, just pop it out. Every single knuckle, pop it out with a spoon. 1, 2, 3, they come out. I went to click my fingers, and I can't with my fingers because my hand's broke on on those two knuckles there, where my rings are. Okay, anyhow, so that's that. But if you want to make a lobster roll, you buy potato bread or buns. You cut the sides of the buns like they look like kind of like hot dog buns, but you cut the center of it and then cut the sides. And on the sides, you use clarified butter and just get like a little pastry brush, put clarified butter on it, grill them, or put them on the oven, on the stove, in a pan, just to brown them. Okay, and then you take all of your lobster, and in a pot you put a shallot chopped up. You put a little bit of tarragon in clarified butter, and then you take Bibb lettuce. You stuff that on the inside of that bun, and the chunks of lobster, and that sauce that you made in the pan, pour it over the top. Oh my God, it just looked unbelievable. I just wanted to jump through the TV when I saw him making it. I love lobster. Okay, here we go. Now, if you're dehydrating and like you've been out all day doing stuff in your garden, whatever, you've been at the beach, you need to rehydrate. Cantaloupe drink. You take a cantaloupe, put it in the bottom of a glass, and like cubed, and then muddle it. Like one of those wooden things or whatever. Mash it. Mash it up in the bottom of your glass. Then take about a cup, I guess, of coconut water, half of a lime, squeeze that in there, and some mint leaves, and that'll rehydrate you. If you have swollen feet, get like a little baby's pool. Fill it up a little bit, like halfway. Put a bunch of cucumbers in it, sliced, so that you get the meat part in there. Put mint leaves and Epsom salt. And just sit there with your little cantaloupe drink, and it's like a little spa day for your feet. It will make the swelling go down on your feet. It'll rehydrate your body. It'll put back the lycopene in your system too. If you get a sunburn, this is the best thing to stop that immediate burning. You can use aloe vera and everything. That works fine. But this will stop the burning immediately. Get like a gallon jug, okay? Fill it up. Put a bunch of large mint leaves. The biggest mint leaves that you can get, because they tend to be pretty small. Use that. And green tea leaves. Don't drink it. I wouldn't drink it. Well, I guess it can't hurt you. It's just green tea and mint. But you have to steep it. You let it steep for a little bit and then wait till it's cold or cool. Put it in your fridge. Or even if you want to put it in your freezer to get it colder faster. And then you just either take cotton balls and dab it on wherever you're sunburned, or, my face tends to burn really bad because I have gotten burned severely on my sister's stove, and I still, if you could see it right here, it's brown from wherever I grabbed my face when the stove blew up, and my forehead, So I burn. I'm like Krispy Kreme. I guess that didn't make sense. Krispy Kreme? I'm crispy. Some people call me Crispy Deb. Anyway, it's good for your skin. It's really, really good for skin. And just take it and just pat it on your face. Or if you're that burned, stand in the tub or outside and just pour that whole gallon on you, on your body, on your arms, your face, your neck, wherever you're burned. Just pour it on you. That burning will stop instantaneously. Okay, you can, for your skin, to bring back some of that lycopene. Can't think or talk straight. To get that lycopene, take some tomato paste and some olive oil on a piece of bread, like a baguette type of bread, that hard. Cut it on a bias and just eat some of that during the day. And also watermelon. Watermelon has a lot of lycopene in it. So, and it's good for you, you know. Makes you pee-pee a lot, but that's okay. It tastes good and it's good for you. Good for your skin. And I'm going to have to start using it. I've put on a lot of weight. I took it off and then I put it back on. So I'm going to go back to taking it off because here we are. The summer months are here. It's hotter than heck here. And time for the beach. Next month, I'll be bouncing around like a ball, beach ball, on the beach with Goodyear blimp tattooed to my side. But anyway, at least everybody will know where I'm at. They'll just see this fat lady rolling around on the sand, and oh, there goes Deb. She's rolling around again. Somebody go catch her or tie a string to my toes, and you can always just reel me back in. Okay, something for your spice grinder. Every once in a while, you want to clean it out. You could either use rice or you could use coffee grounds. Put it inside there. I would recommend rice rather than coffee grounds because to me, I would think that the coffee grounds would make it brown. But if you put the rice in there, it'll clean out your spice grinder. And I use that for a few things, not just for my spices. I was trying to think, there was something else. I don't remember. Oh, I forgot to tell you, for that lobster roll, there's a spread that you can put on both sides of the bread on the inside before you put the bib lettuce in. You get 2 cups of mayo, Old Bay seasoning, Old Bay, this is a teaspoon of each. Old Bay seasonings, dry mustard, water, lemon juice, and then 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. I love Dijon mustard, especially if it has Chardonnay wine in it. Salt and pepper, hot sauce, but just a touch. Really, really light-handedly on that, or it'll spoil it. And 2 tablespoons of oil. You know, I use oil in a lot of, vinegar. Don't put, you put oil and vinegar in this, both, oil and vinegar. But, and that's it. Just mix it up really good. Make sure all the ingredients are blended well. And then you just put it in, and then put your bib lettuce on, then put your lobster's pieces on inside that, and then you put that shallot and clarified butter mixture. But you know, when you cook and you put vinegar in things, it will bring all the spices together. And it makes them taste a lot better. It enhances the flavors of your spices. So it's really good. I saw that on TV and I'm thinking, vinegar? I would think that it would make things a little spoiled. But even like when I used lemon, I use lemon and vinegar together, and I thought, oof, that's going to curdle it or something. Nope, it doesn't. Vinegar is so good. You can use it for so many things, to clean, to cook, to anything. And if I don't have plain white vinegar, I use red wine vinegar or cider vinegar. Not so good on cider vinegar, red wine vinegar, or plain. I always have red wine in the house. And let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to tell y'all about. Okay, well, this is Jesus juice. Not really. It's strawberry ginger daiquiri. I'm going to get in trouble by some people, but that's okay. In a blender, take frozen strawberries. You don't even need ice for this because the strawberries are frozen. If you like mixed drinks, that is. You take frozen strawberries, 1 cup of lime juice, a quart of rum, ginger, freshly ground. I would put just maybe a tablespoon, not much more. Ginger burns, but it's also very delicious. And it's good for a lot of things. Um, if you have acid indigestion, ginger will get rid of that. And if you have an upset stomach, it'll do the same thing. It burns when you go to put it in your mouth, but somehow you could try it. It's fresh ginger, that is. It's really good. Anyway, so you put your lime juice, which is a cup, a quart of rum, the ginger, tablespoon-ish of the fresh ground ginger, and 2 cups of simple syrup. Make sure you do the simple syrup good. Make it boil really well so that it gets a little bit thick. And then mix it all together, and it'll look kind of like, not a slushy, but, buy them all. It's a big thing now. Everybody goes and gets them. But it's beautiful. And then just put a little bit of, you could put a strawberry on the side of the glass if you have company, or you could put a mint leaf in it, and it looks really pretty. But they're really nice and thick and frothy, and they look so delicious. I don't know. I didn't have one. Honest to God, I didn't have any. And I think that's all I have for tonight. I think I did enough talking anyway, because it's 21, almost 22 minutes. Anyway, that's my stuff for tonight. And it is, I can't tell you the time because I'm recording on here and I'm recording something on the television. But wish my husband and his friend Richard luck tomorrow on that Warrior race. And pray that it don't rain, because I'll be sitting there watching it in the rain and thunder and lightning. I don't want to do that in the middle of a field or whatever. I think they have to run 5 miles altogether, I think. They have to climb over a wall with a rope that's got, like, no steps. Then they have to climb over another wall that has no rope, but there's tiny, tiny steps. This real thick rope thing, they have to climb through that, and then through the tube of barbed wire. There's so many things. This thing called Goliath, which really looks like fun. It's a water slide. The mud, whatever they call them, the mud pits. It's going to be hysterical. But they win fuzzy hats with horns on them. Sean said he's not wearing his, but he needs to. If he wants to do this, he's got to do it right, right? And then they get a T-shirt, and if they want to drink a beer, they'll get a stein of beer to drink. And I said T-shirt. And then they have food and music and dancing and whatever you want to do. I think we're just going to get it done and then come home and go out for steak dinner. Because Mama wants to go out for a steak dinner that I have been waiting for, and we haven't. Because before I go on this diet, I want to have my last meal. Okay, y'all. Well, have a good night. Wish them luck. And Lord, I'm so sorry. It's like I said, it's supposed to be 90 degrees tomorrow, so I hope I don't get overheated. And I am going to bring a bottle of water if they'll let me bring it in, because you're supposed to buy everything at their concession stand. And cheapo in there. If he squeezes his hiney cheeks tight enough, maybe a nickel will pop out. I'm only kidding. He will give me money to buy something to drink or whatever. He's worried about me getting dehydrated, but I want to see him do this. And I know he can. I know he can do this because he's been preparing for it forever. He's taken off a lot of weight, and I'm really actually very, very proud of him. He's a good man when he wants to be. But um, he told the waitress today that we went to eat lunch because we were running out of time, doing all kinds of errands, and going. We hadn't paid the rent, whatever. He told her I was a cougar, and I said, "No, he's a liar. He told me that he was my age." And she said, "Really? You don't look it. You look like the same age." And I said, "See, there you go. That's what you get for saying that." He said, "Yeah, well, that's only because she dyes her hair and I did something." Oh, she dyes hair and has a lot of gas. What the heck does that have to do with anything? And I said, "I have a lot of gas? That doesn't even make sense, John." But that's something, and he laughed at himself. Got hysterical laughing at his own self. He laughs a lot at himself. He'll walk away from me when I go to grab him from, like, Sean, and I'll be going like this to him from behind, and he's not even there, and I'm grabbing some person behind me that I don't even know. Or we'll get to the canister. See, I'm tired. We get to the register, and I'll say, "Oh, honey, did we forget to get such and such, whatever it is?" And he'll go, "No, we didn't forget that because it's something that I really want myself." And then he'll look at the person at the register and goes, "She drinks a lot." I don't drink a lot. I don't drink. I rarely drink. And if I do, it's a glass or two of wine. And if I do, who cares? It's Jesus juice. Jesus drank wine. He turned water into wine. Okay, and maybe I'm wrong, but it's not going to kill you if you drink it. If you drink a little bit of wine and you drink in moderation, and I mean moderation, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, hey. But he tells everybody I'm an alcoholic, and I'm not, because I despise alcoholics. Sorry, and everybody knows that. If you can drink and you can keep it under control and you don't have a problem with drinking, then so be it. That's your choice. That's your business. Anyway, and who am I to judge? The queen of nuts. But you know what? I put things on here and my kids say, "Mama, you're so crazy. The things you do or the things you say are so stupid and so nutty." I don't care. You know what? Who cares what anybody else thinks? As long as I'm happy, or if I can make one person laugh or smile or whatever. C'est la vie. Then I did something good, right? Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Okay, everybody have a good night. Love y'all. Mwah. And be safe. If it's raining out there tomorrow and you're on the roads, don't hydroplane. A lot of that happens, especially these morons.